Tucked within Southeast Asia, Timor-Leste is a country so remarkable that many overlook it on the map, yet once you explore its story, it stays with you. Here, women manage entire economies, while pristine reefs reveal marine wonders unknown to science. Portuguese colonial architecture blends seamlessly with ancient tribal heritage, and the ocean boasts record biodiversity. A simple cup of coffee supports nearly a quarter of the people. Join us as we reveal 15 fascinating facts showing why Timor-Leste truly deserves your curiosity. Now let's talk about something that will completely change your perspective on gender roles in Southeast Asia. Women here play powerful roles that set them apart from those in neighboring countries. For starters, female representation in parliament stands at 38%, among the highest in the region. And these women are not just symbolic figures, they lead in agriculture, education, politics, and business. Yet challenges remain. Over 20% of women marry before age 18, often in arranged unions with age gaps of 30 years or more. This stark contrast highlights the complex interplay between tradition and progress. Women continue to weave tais, vibrant traditional fabrics that serve as cultural symbols and vital sources of income. These artisans often sustain entire households through their craft, preserving heritage while driving local economies. Younger generations are redefining what it means to be a Timorese woman. Many speak Portuguese, Tetum, English, and Indonesian fluently, leveraging social media and global networks to shape their futures with confidence. Their presence carries a quiet strength. With sun-warmed skin and steady, resilient expressions, Timorese women embody generations of endurance. Their warmth isn't just kindness, it's a reflection of a culture rooted in connection and collective strength. Here's the fact that might completely change your perspective on traveling to or living in Timor-Leste. Timor-Leste presents a unique economic paradox in Southeast Asia, rich in culture and natural beauty, yet with costs comparable to more developed nations. The main reason is its heavy reliance on imports for food, fuel, construction materials, and consumer goods, which drives up prices far beyond local income levels. Basic hotels cost between $40 and $100 per night, with luxury stays exceeding $200. Utilities for residents or long-term visitors, electricity, water, and internet range from $180 to $230 monthly, reflecting the ongoing challenge of building national infrastructure. Transportation highlights a sharp divide. Locals ride microlets for 25 cents, while tourists often pay $70 daily for private rentals due to limited options. Food prices vary widely. Local meals cost $3 to $5 and often offer higher quality than Western-style restaurants, which charge $40 to $60 per meal. Groceries show a similar gap. Fresh produce is affordable in markets, while imported goods in supermarkets are significantly more expensive. Despite the high costs, many travelers find value in supporting local businesses. Choosing family-run guest houses, dining at local eateries, and buying handmade crafts allows visitors to contribute directly to communities while experiencing Timor-Leste's culture more meaningfully. If you think you've seen unique public transportation, wait until you experience getting around in Timor-Leste. Transportation in Timor-Leste is unlike anywhere else in Asia, vibrant, lively, and often unpredictable. At the heart of it is the microlet, small, colorful minibuses that serve as more than just transport. Adorned with cartoon characters, religious icons, political slogans, and pop culture images, each one is a moving work of art. Inside, the energy ramps up. Operators turn microlets into mobile dance halls with loud music, pulsing LED lights, and an atmosphere that feels more like a party than public transit. This high-spirited culture contrasts sharply with the country's rough infrastructure. Outside Dili, roads are often unpaved, riddled with potholes, and nearly impassable in the rainy season. Wooden bridges creak under weight, and some paths are accessible only by motorcycle. Yet these conditions spark creativity. Motorcycles haul massive loads, three-wheeled carts act as trucks, and bicycles carry families or supplies. Locals adapt resourcefully. Fares reflect the economic landscape. Locals pay 25 cents for a microlet ride, while tourists may spend $70 per day on a private rental. The gap illustrates both the country's challenges and the inventiveness of its people. Above all, this transport system fosters human connection. Riders share space, stories, and laughter in ways rarely seen in more structured, impersonal transit networks. In the mountains of Timor-Leste stand remarkable structures called Umululuk, or sacred houses in Tidum. These are more than architectural feats. They serve as spiritual centers linking communities to their ancestral roots. Umululuk are cone-shaped buildings, sometimes reaching 15 meters in height, built entirely by hand without nails or modern materials. The process is a communal effort that may take months or even years, with each piece of wood carefully chosen and shaped using age-old techniques. Their tall palm leaf roofs reflect both functional design and cultural artistry. Their importance lies not just in how they're built, but in what they represent. These houses are the spiritual core of villages, accessible only to selected individuals like clan leaders or shamans. Inside, rituals are performed to honor ancestors, bless harvests, and preserve cultural continuity. Roughly 200 Umululuk remain in active use across the country. Each one serves as a living link to pre-colonial Timor's heritage that has endured despite centuries of foreign influence. Access is highly restricted, outsiders must receive permission from community leaders, and many are entirely closed to visitors. This protects their sacred role. During major festivals, entire villages gather around them to perform rituals, tell stories, and reinforce communal ties. Dili, the capital of Timor-Leste, defies typical ideas of a capital city. Instead of skyscrapers and traffic, life here moves at a relaxed pace. Mornings often begin with coffee by the sea, not crowded trains or gridlock. Streets hum with the sound of old motorcycles, while local markets offer fresh fish, vegetables, and handmade goods. The city's deep connection to the ocean is central to daily life. The coastline hugs the city, putting beaches like Aria Branca just minutes away. Residents can cool off in clear waters or enjoy sunsets just steps from their homes. Dili's most iconic landmark is the Cristo Rei statue, standing 27 meters tall on a hill by the sea. Climbing over 500 steps to reach it offers sweeping views of the city and coastline. At the water's edge, wooden boats glide across turquoise waves as local fishermen cast nets just 10 to 20 meters from shore. A half-hour fishing trip can provide enough food or $10 to $15 in income, after which many return home to spend time with family. During low tide, the ocean offers even more. People walk up to 100 meters out to collect shellfish, clams, and sea cucumbers. This natural abundance supports a level of food security that modern urban areas often lack. Timor-Leste stands out from every other Southeast Asian country for one compelling reason. It's incredibly young, not just in population but as an independent nation. Gaining independence in 2002, it remains one of the world's newest countries. While many nations have centuries of sovereign history, Timor-Leste has just over 2 decades. There are people alive today who are older than the country itself. Its journey to nationhood was far from straightforward. After more than 400 years as a Portuguese colony, the region was annexed by Indonesia in 1975, sparking 27 years of conflict. Despite the hardship, the Timors never lost their determination, ultimately reclaiming their freedom. What's especially striking is the resilience of the people. Even after centuries of foreign rule and conflict, Timor-Leste has preserved a vibrant cultural identity. Over 97% of the population is Catholic, a legacy of colonization, yet local traditions dating back thousands of years remain deeply rooted. Covering just 14,870 square kilometers, smaller than the state of Connecticut, Timor-Leste is home to 1.3 million people from 16 ethnic groups, creating a rich and dynamic cultural landscape. What part of Timor-Leste's story, its long struggle for independence, its cultural resilience, or its unique mix of traditions, do you find most inspiring? Share your thoughts below. Here's a fact that will completely change how you think about your morning coffee. In Timor-Leste, coffee is more than a beverage, it's the backbone of the economy. About 90% of the country's export revenue comes from coffee, and nearly 300,000 people rely on the sector, meaning around 1 in 4 citizens depend on it for their livelihood. What sets Timor's coffee apart is its origin. Grown wild in mountainous regions, without chemical fertilizers or industrial methods, it's one of the purest organic coffees in the world. Known for its high caffeine content and sharp yet balanced flavor, it has become a favorite among coffee enthusiasts. From November through February, families migrate to the highlands to hand-pick cherries. This seasonal harvest is deeply rooted in tradition, reflecting artisanal methods passed down through generations. Much of the finest coffee is exported through companies like Timor Global Coffee, with beans sometimes ending up in global chains like Starbucks, or processed along the way in China or Thailand. Many people have likely enjoyed Timor's coffee without knowing its source. Ironically, while their beans fetch premium prices abroad, locals often drink sweetened blends. Yet pride in their coffee culture runs deep. A $1 cup isn't just a drink. It represents livelihoods, heritage, and a direct link between rural families and the global market. Beneath the waters of Timor-Leste lies what scientists now consider the most biodiverse marine environment on Earth. Just 24 kilometers north of the capital, Dili, Atoro Island holds a world record. In 2016, researchers identified 643 species of coral reef fish in its surrounding waters, more than anywhere else globally. What's more, many of these species had never been documented before. These weren't new to nature, but new to science, largely due to the region's long isolation and limited exploration during decades of conflict. Atoro Island lies within the Coral Triangle, the global center of marine biodiversity. Even in this extraordinary region, Timor-Leste's waters stand out as uniquely rich. Experts advocate for international marine protection status, recognizing both the area's ecological importance and the challenge it presents to a young nation still developing its conservation frameworks. Local communities have long understood the richness of these waters. Fishermen often encounter species absent from scientific records, and traditional fishing methods, sustainably passed down, have helped preserve marine life. Timor-Leste also offers some of the best whale and dolphin viewing on the planet. Its position along key migration routes means close-up encounters are common, making these waters both scientifically invaluable and deeply awe-inspiring. One surprising fact about Timor-Leste is the strength of its passport. Despite being a small, developing nation, it ranks among the most powerful in Southeast Asia. Thanks to historical ties with Portugal, Timor citizens can travel visa-free to all Schengen countries for up to 3 months, access that even citizens of larger regional countries often lack. Beyond Europe, Timor's passport holders enjoy visa-free or visa-on-arrival access to over 60 countries. This enhances opportunities for education, business, and cultural exchange far beyond expectations for a nation of its size. Portuguese influence remains strong. Though only about 30% of the population speaks it daily, Portuguese is an official language. This linguistic link supports educational pathways to Portugal and Brazil, helping young Timors gain global experience. Entry into Timor-Leste is also accessible. And most EU citizens can obtain a visa on arrival at the main airport for stays up to 30 days. Requirements include proof of funds, $150 per day, hotel bookings or invitations, and a confirmed return ticket. This balanced visa policy reflects the country's open, globally engaged mindset. While domestic challenges remain, Timor-Leste actively fosters tourism and international ties, offering unique cultural experiences in a nation still untouched by mass tourism. Dining customs in Timor-Leste offer deep insight into community values that contrast sharply with Western individualism. Eating with hands is not just accepted, it's the preferred tradition, creating a tactile connection between people and their food. Only the right hand is used, as the left is considered unclean, a belief rooted in both Islamic influence and indigenous practice. Diners gather small portions, mixing rice and spices by hand to create balanced flavor combinations, with full control over texture and temperature. Meals are communal, especially during family gatherings and celebrations. Large platters are shared rather than individual plates, emphasizing hospitality, respect, and closeness. These shared meals are moments for conversation, decision-making, and connection. Dishes like ikan sabuko, grilled tamarind marinated fish and batar dan, stewed corn are designed for hand eating, reflecting how cooking evolved alongside cultural practice. During weddings, funerals, and religious ceremonies, communal eating becomes a ritual that reinforces social ties. Guests participate actively by sharing food, not simply observing the event. While unfamiliar at first, visitors often find that eating with their hands creates a more intimate, mindful experience, allowing for better awareness of temperature, texture, and portions than utensils ever could. Festivals in Timor-Leste are powerful national expressions that reshape the country's energy and showcase its cultural pride. The Timor-Leste Carnival, held each April, is more than a celebration. It's a tribute to independence and identity. Streets fill with thousands in colorful costumes dancing to music that blends African rhythms and indigenous traditions. The carnival's highlight is a street parade where communities compete to present creative interpretations of Timor's culture, featuring masked dancers, powerful drumming, and vibrant samba-style groups. In August, the Atoro Festival on Atoro Island offers a different tone. It blends traditional music and folklore with environmental efforts. Beaches are cleaned, trees planted, and ancestral stories shared alongside acoustic music, merging celebration with conservation in a meaningful way. December brings Christmas, celebrated across the country with handmade lanterns, children's plays in church courtyards, and crafted statues of saints. These are not commercial displays but deeply local expressions. Torchlight parades pass through cities and villages, accompanied by hymns sung in Tidum, Portuguese, and regional dialects. These festivities reflect how Catholic traditions have been adapted to local customs, creating a celebration both spiritual and uniquely Timorese. Which of these Timorese festivals, Carnival, Atoro, or Christmas, would you most want to experience and why? Let us know in the comments. Timor-Leste's architectural landscape reflects a powerful story of cultural resilience. Though the youngest country in Southeast Asia, it is home to some of the region's most significant religious structures. Churches built over 400 years ago during Portuguese rule still stand, blending European styles with tropical adaptations. The Motel Church in Dili, the most iconic example, features Gothic and Baroque influences with high ceilings for ventilation and moss-covered stone walls that reflect both colonial and local aesthetics. These churches played key roles during the Indonesian occupation. Many became meeting points for resistance movements, serving not just as religious spaces but as symbols of identity and community strength. Bell towers transmitted coded messages, turning places of worship into vital communication hubs. During Easter and Christmas, large gatherings bring ancient architecture to life, connecting past and present through shared faith. Beyond churches, Mount Ramelau, Timor-Leste's highest peak at 2,986 meters, features a 3-meter statue of the Virgin Mary, drawing pilgrims on a challenging but meaningful journey. The Museum of Timor's Resistance adds another layer, combining modern architecture with historical documentation of the independence struggle. It serves as both a place of remembrance and public education. At the heart of Dili is the Tais market, recognized by UNESCO in 2021 as an intangible cultural heritage. More than a place to buy souvenirs, it is a living museum that preserves centuries-old Timorese traditions. Tais refers to hand-woven cloth deeply embedded in Timor's culture. Each pattern and color tells a story, honoring ancestors, symbolizing prosperity, or marking historical events. Women at the market not only sell these pieces but also explain their meanings, acting as guardians of cultural knowledge. Each Tais is crafted entirely by hand, using natural dyes and intricate patterns that can take weeks or months to complete. Colors like red, orange, blue, and yellow hold specific meanings tied to Timor's cosmology and social roles. Tais is used in weddings, funerals, and religious ceremonies, serving as a symbol of identity and continuity. Beyond cloth, the market features traditional jewelry, bronze instruments, ceremonial masks, and woven bags, all made using ancestral techniques. On select days, the market becomes a stage for traditional dance and rituals honoring ancestors. These are genuine cultural events, not performances for tourists. More than a commercial space, the Tais market is a hub for community connection, Where stories are shared, heritage is preserved, and culture thrives amid modern challenges. Timor-Leste's cuisine reflects centuries of cultural blending, offering flavors shaped by Southeast Asian spice, Portuguese influence, and indigenous traditions. It's not just about taste, it's a story of history and identity expressed through food. The national dish, ikan pipis, illustrates this fusion. Fish is wrapped in banana leaves with lime leaves, ginger, chilies, and onions, then grilled over charcoal. The leaf chars slightly while keeping the fish tender, releasing a rich aroma when unwrapped. Another dish, feijoada, originally Portuguese, has been adapted with local spices and wood-fire cooking. Though it maintains its hearty base, it's distinctly Timorese in flavor and preparation. For dessert, babinka showcases baking expertise. Made with coconut milk, eggs, and rice flour, it's baked in layers and served during holidays as a symbol of unity and celebration. What sets Timor's food culture apart is how meals are shared. Eating with the right hand is customary, with rice and condiments combined in small bites to create flavor harmony. The left hand is traditionally avoided. During gatherings, families and communities sit around shared platters. This practice emphasizes hospitality and mutual respect, fostering connection through communal meals rather than individual portions. These 15 facts about Timor-Leste reveal a country that defies every expectation and challenges our assumptions about what small nations can achieve. From women who balance ancient traditions with modern empowerment to marine environments that hold world records for biodiversity, this young country offers experiences that simply don't exist anywhere else on Earth. Which of these facts about Timor-Leste surprised you the most? Have you ever considered visiting a country this unique and off the beaten path? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and if you found this exploration of hidden destinations fascinating, make sure to subscribe for more deep dives into the world's most remarkable places. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for being with us. Leave a comment, like to show your support, and remember to hit that subscribe button for more exciting videos. See you next time.